Okay, I think I'm loud enough. I can get past most of you here. Okay. I will give you a new heart and put a new spirit within you. I will take the heart of stone out of your flesh, and give you a heart of flesh. It's in Ezekiel 36:26. Create in me a clean heart, O God, renew a steadfast spirit within me. That's Psalm 51:10. Okay. Now you've seen it on the medical dramas. A patient's in critical condition. A major system in their body is shutting down, and swift, decisive action needs to be taken. The solution: organ transplant surgery. Now, in the early days of the television shows, all of this stuff got fast-tracked so that it came to a successful conclusion at the end of the half hour of the hour. You know, Marcus Welby did his thing. Everything was unicorns and rainbows at the end of the show. Now things are a little more reality-based. You see a little bit of the procedure behind the organ transplant. Sometimes things don't work out. If it's an organ like a liver or pancreas or kidney, I apologize if I don't get all the medical stuff dead on. I did a lot of the stuff through Google. If it's an organ like a liver or pancreas, kidney, hospital will check family members first because they're the most compatible with the patient. And they can also live with one kidney or half a liver, half a pancreas. You know, they can get by. If it's an organ that somebody can't live without, or the family doesn't work out, things get a little more complicated. Patient gets put on a waiting list for the first available compatible organ. Basically, that means you're waiting for somebody else to die, so the doctors can check to see if that organ is compatible with your loved one's body. That sounds kind of morbid. But the people who agree to donate their organs understand how all this stuff works, and they're willing to give a piece of themselves to help somebody else live. Now, if all those steps are cleared out, patient gets on the list, they find a compatible donor, everything works out. The hospital sends out a team to collect and recover the donated organs and distribute them to the patients in the hospitals that need them. Again, this sounds kind of ghoulish, but the organ donors are treated with honor and respect through that whole process. I mean, these people are giving life. The donor organ is cleaned and kept as cold as possible without damaging it because they don't want it to decompose. Then they rush it to the patient that needs it and get it ready for the surgeon. And during that process, they suppress that patient's immune system because it wouldn't do any good to replace the damaged or diseased organ only to have that patient's immune system wipe out the new organ as soon as it comes in. Then they watch that patient closely for the signs of rejection. Signs that the patient's body is going to recognize the new organ as an invader and attack it. And as the patient recovers from the surgery, that duty shifts to the patient, and then the patient has to take immunosuppressants for the rest of their lives. And even with all the skills and technology that we have, there are still some organs that can't get transplanted. Now, my mom has asked me about eye transplants because I've only got one eye that works. She's asked me about eye transplants or retina transplants because I've got a detached retina that we never figured out until I was 19. And medical science is only limited to, the best we can do is corneal transplants, which is still jaw-droppingly awesome. Now, okay, organ transplants and a pure heart. Why am I tying these things together? Especially since, like I said, my medical knowledge in this area is limited to Google searches that I did at work while I was trying to write this thing. And here's why. See, God kind of does heart transplants. When people come to an altar and they commit themselves to the way of holiness, He takes out that carnal nature. And He puts in one that thirsts after Him. There's no donor lists. No need to check if you're compatible, because that's kind of an automatic. There's no messy surgery. However, there is one similarity to a conventional transplant. You do kind of have to follow an anti-rejection protocol. No, it's not a round of drugs that you have to take every day. Sometimes I kind of wish it was that easy. You have to do a daily course of Bible study, and devotions, and prayer. Combine that with weekly meetings with your fellow brothers and sisters, as well as accountability with a trusted person as you need it. You see what I mean about the drugs? How I wish it was that easy? Now, if you do that, the accountability and the prayer and the Bible study and the devotions, if you do all that stuff, you and God can keep the pure heart taken and your relationship going until you see each other in heaven.